One second, guys. Turning my phone off so I don't get interrupted. What is up? There's a lot going on again today. I'm trying to figure out a new schedule for the coming new year, 2018. I probably won't be doing news videos every day just because I hate news. No, but all joking aside, I think it's only really necessary to cover the main things like once, twice a week that happen, and it'll give me time to do other videos, token reviews, top 5, top 10s, tutorials, things like that, reviews of platforms, ICO reviews. Because right now, really, I'm just doing news reviews, and I'm not sure everybody wants that. So let me know in the comments down below what you'd like. If you like these news videos, give this video a like, and we'll get into today's news. A lot of interesting things, and I try to do it quickly because there's so much things on today's list. So first things first, Ripple dethrones Ethereum as a second cryptocurrency. If you go on CoinMarketCap, you'll see that Ripple is number 2. Whoa, right? It's even above Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash has fallen. What's going on there? But you saw Bitcoin's market cap is pretty low as well. The market cap of all cryptocurrencies is decent today, but look at Bitcoin's dominance, 38%, pretty low. So people are obviously putting money into altcoins. So maybe someone knows something we don't about Bitcoin, or maybe there's just a lot of opportunities out there right now in altcoins. Usually when we see this happen, it makes you want to follow suit. So you'd want to sell your Bitcoin, buy altcoins. But then as soon as you do that, most likely it's going to, Bitcoin's going to start rising. So I've noticed you don't react to these things. You have to try to predict them ahead of time. And right now I'm predicting that Bitcoin is going to make a comeback. So, you're not seeing that in the markets yet, but we should see that happen at some point. So it should be okay to hold Bitcoin. Buy some of those cheap altcoins if you can get a good deal Bitcoin-wise. Some good altcoins. I've been trying to not buy anything unless I do research about it, and I might even start contacting the team before I invest in something. Here's new, after CryptoKitties on the Ethereum blockchain, here's a new game called CryptoTanks, or EtherTanks. So you can buy tanks for Ethereum, you need MetaMask, same type of deal. We're going to see lots of these types of games pop up and spawn out of this whole CryptoKitties idea. It kind of set the stage for a new type of crypto asset, crypto collectibles. I don't think too many people will be getting out of this CryptoTanks thing, but you never know. Trump's new tax bill means changes ahead, mainly for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency investors. This is what it was all about. Sorry. So it's been 31 years since the United States addressed its labyrinth tax structure. 31 years. What has changed? We should feel special. They've been overhauling their tax structure because of us, because of cryptocurrencies. So tweaking them mostly downward and slightly lessening the corporate tax. Of course, they'd be lessening the corporate tax. So you can take advantage of this too and incorporate your business if you have one. But increasing deductions here while limiting others there. For Bitcoiners, an act to provide for reconciliation pursuant to Titles 2 and 5 of the concurrent resolution on the budget for fiscal year 2018 tax legislation signed into law by President Trump closes a potential major loophole. And so I've done a little bit of digging and research on this. Basically what I've gotten from this, what it means is, up until now, you only really had to claim your cryptocurrency investments when you cashed out. Now here I'm in Canada and it's similar, and they have written a tax structure for cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin here. The Canadian Revenue Agency has a section on their website, but I was under the impression this was already how things worked, that you had to claim every trade. I guess you can't listen to everybody you hear on YouTube, because I was listening to Craig Grant talk about how he doesn't trade cryptocurrencies because he doesn't want to be claiming every single trade. And I've traded thousands of times. You know, throughout the year, I probably I would lose track of how much I've traded. Thankfully, a lot of exchanges will keep records for you, and you can print them out. But up until now, you only had to claim when you cashed out. After this tax law goes into effect 2018, so January, you will have to claim every trade you make, even if it's from one cryptocurrency to another. So there's a lot going on here for taxes. We knew they were going to do whatever they could to try to get this tax money that they're losing out from cryptocurrency and Bitcoin investors, because truth is, people don't necessarily have to pay taxes with cryptocurrencies. They can avoid it. Yes, the IRS, the CRA might come knocking on your door, and it might be worth it to pay it so that you don't have to worry and, you know, be afraid of what could come your way. So that uncertainty, you know, is not a good feeling to go through your whole life being uncertain of what's going to happen next. So for that sense, it might be worth paying. I don't know. It's up to you. Let us know in the comments below what you're going to do about this, if it even affects you. So I'm glad that this kind of cleared things up for me for this tax year, what I'm going to do. I think in the past year, this will not affect, you know, 2017's taxes. It should only affect your next year's taxes. So if you haven't claimed this year's taxes yet, I would say just go ahead and claim only the money that you cashed out. That's what I'm going to do. And you don't have to really pay taxes at all. You could, you know, especially if you made a lot of money with cryptocurrency, you could buy yourself a nice toy with that tax money instead of Donald Trump buying himself another toy, another jet. Medium article here, Bitcoin's biggest problems today. So this is a new update that's going to be taking place in Bitcoin. So they are addressing the scalability issues. So to explain to you what score signatures are, so score signatures are what they're implementing into Bitcoin Core to you know, upgrade it, because if they did not upgrade it, it would fall behind, and a lot of these other cryptocurrencies would take its place eventually. So score signatures are, and how they can help solve scalability. So this should happen soon. You know, the Lightning Network is going to come into effect, and then this is the next thing, because, you know, it was kind of weird that they had no plans to fix Bitcoin. Now they have more plans to fix it, which is a good thing. It could help the price go up. Promising dApps make their way to the Neo ecosystem. So this is why Neo's been on the rise and why it's going to keep rising. There's actually applications, decentralized applications being built on it now, useful applications. So ADX was the first, or one of the first, to join Neo and build their application on top of Neo. ADX just had their ICO a couple months ago, and I hold ADX on Bittrex. Here are some more promising projects that are being built on top of Neo. Red Pulse. Next. So Red Pulse is content production, distribution, and consumption platform focused initially on China's capital markets. So grow the current services into a direct, incentivized ecosystem with the RPX token. And RPX reminds me of Ripple, but XRP. But Ripple, really, XRP, the token, doesn't have a lot of uses. It's separate from Ripple, the company, and I've always saw this, and it's been being talked about a lot lately online, how Ripple going into the future doesn't really, it might not have a lot of use. So the company itself, I think, is going to be taking all the profits, and there's no real dividends that go into holding the Ripple token. They use this token to help fund their project, and this is how a lot of these corporations work. They'll fund the project with your money, and then once they start making profits, they'll privatize it. And this is what's going to happen with Ripple. This is what's kind of happening with NASA too. I've heard, they're using tax dollars to fund this space research and getting into space. And then once they reach these precious minerals, gold and things on other planets, they're going to privatize the program. Basically, use tax dollars to fund the corporation, and then privatize it when they start profiting. And this is how a lot of stocks kind of work. They use your money to pay back investors. So initial capital investors, when you're buying a stock, an initial public offering, you're really just lining the investors' pockets. And usually they take it to market when it can't grow anymore, or when they've profited all they want to off of it and want to cash out. So just an interesting side note. Next is so decentralized cryptographic trade and payment service creation. Elastos. Neo will make itself compatible with Elastos, which will allow the writing of smart contracts in different languages, coding languages, developing languages. Elastos will be an operating system for the blockchain. And then Q-Link. This is my favorite one, and I went and bought some of this last night once I found out about this. The world's first decentralized mobile network. You can buy this on KuCoin Exchange, and we have the links down below for KuCoin. KuCoin's just done upgrades on their site. It has a whole new look, and I'm really liking that. And KuCoin shares have went up quite a bit. They were about 50 cents less than a month ago, and now they're about $3. So they're doing a lot. They're adding a lot of these new tokens, and they just revamped their site. Basically created a whole new application or user interface, and this is probably why the shares are going up. But Q-Link, you have to look into. Go to their website. We'll do a review on it coming up, but they had their pre-sale on the 28th of November, and yeah, their token you can buy on KuCoin. Russian central bank embraces international cryptocurrency standardization. So basically, this recent meeting of the Russian Finance Ministry clarified what is apparently a Russian initiative to unite itself with the economic partners via a common cryptocurrency. The participants of different economic events where I usually take part all come to a conclusion that the issuance of a virtual currency is not needed much by one country. First of all, it makes sense to discuss the cryptocurrency on the level of several countries such as BRICS and CCU, EEU. It makes sense to set one equivalent for all payments. Although the details of the proposed universal currency remain undisclosed, this is the second time in as many months that Russian officials have alluded to this inclusive strategy as being more advantageous for all countries concerned rather than if each country created its own digital coin. But we're seeing lots of countries create their own digital coin. South Korean government memo proposes exchange shutdown and other measures. So, December 28th press release from the South Korean government, issued by an office known as the Department of Electronic Finance, details a number of possible actions that the state may take in regard to cryptocurrency in order to curtail money laundering and protect Korean investors. News outlets, including Reuters, have reported that the memorandum mentions the Justice Ministry's suggestion that the legislature pass a law granting the government power to shut down digital asset exchanges. Interesting that all this is happening, at the same time. Goes to show how, all these governments are kind of interconnected with their agendas and what they want, and probably make deals a lot. If not one country can shut down Bitcoin, but if they all get together, they can. And this is part of the reason why they're trying to attack North Korea, because they're not part of the club. They want them to be part of the club so they can have full control over the world. And ultimately, we don't want this because look what's happening with regulating cryptocurrencies. When they all get together and regulate them, they can do a lot more than, being separated and decompartmentalized in what they're trying to do. According to a translation, it was announced that the gathering that banks provided virtual account services to cryptocurrency exchanges and their clients are now prohibited from adding new members to the virtual account. Some news organizations have implied that the restriction applies specifically to new customers trying to engage with these platforms anonymously. And we have, we're going to mention Poloniex, which is doing something similar in the United States. Russian officials pinch mining tax, scrap crypto ruble concept. Mining tax. So the United States is doing inter-trading tax. They're doing mining tax because the past couple months I was, I had this epiphany. I'm trying to avoid capital gains taxes because, if you made, $100,000, let's say, you'd have to pay capital gains taxes if you invested your own money originally to make that $100,000. Capital gains taxes is about 25%, so you're paying about $25,000. Well, that $25,000 could go a long way. So there's only a couple ways to avoid this capital gains taxes, and part of what Trump's law he just passed makes, explains the capital gains taxes, when it's capital gains taxes, when it's not. I think it depends on how long you're holding it, over a year, under a year, something like that. But capital gains taxes, mining cryptocurrency is one of the ways to get around it. Mining or accepting cryptocurrency for services or products, you should not have to pay capital gains taxes. Now look at this. They're trying to close that loophole as well. This is why cryptocurrencies are worth so much, because of what the system is capable of and how these free us from that, corrupt system that is full of control and power. Dominance, ultimately. So Moseev also related that he does not consider the project of issuing a stake-backed cryptocurrency, which had been pitched under the provisional name Crypto Ruble, to be a worthwhile endeavor. The decision to scrap the plan was revealed alongside the proposal for a multinational digital asset that would be issued by BRICS and EEU countries. While discussing Russian interest in that token, Oleg, the first deputy governor of Russia's central bank, said the issuance of a virtual currency is not needed much by one country. Yeah, we went over that. Launch of Venezuelan Petro. Cryptocurrency reportedly imminent. Petro. It's interesting that it's, they're wanting it to be backed by barrels of oil, and they're going to call it Petro. So less than 1 month after announcing the development of a natural resource-backed cryptocurrency, Venezuelan authorities are reportedly set to launch a crypto moneda dubbed the Petro. According to Venezuela's communications minister, the Petro will be backed by 5.3 billion barrels of oil. So the total market cap will be 5.3 billion, worth 5.3 billion barrels of oil, equivalent to approximately $267 billion. They want to make it like Bitcoin, as big as Bitcoin at least, or at least as expensive, worth as much as Bitcoin. Good luck with that. For comparison's sake, at the time of publication, the market cap of Bitcoin is approximately 248 billion. So they're trying to make it worth more than Bitcoin. I doubt that's going to happen. So, Poloniex. Notice to our legacy account holders. So basically what Poloniex is doing is you have to now do know your customer. You have to fill out all identity documents, or you cannot use their service. This is taking effect in the first quarter of 2018. So as they're saying here, as with any change, we understand you may have concerns about how this requirement impacts you and the consequences of not meeting this verification deadline. Here are further details of what to expect. So Poloniex has been infiltrated. Basically, they've been forced in court to do this. The same thing is going on all around the world. On the date of the deadline, legacy accounts meaning an account where you haven't done verification, so you haven't verified your identity. Legacy, right now the way it is you can only withdraw $2,000 at a time if you're a legacy account holder. That's basically the only limitation, as well as probably not doing bank wires. So legacy accounts will be placed in the state where trading and lending will be disabled. Open orders will be closed. Loans will have auto-renew switched off. Margin positions will be given an 8-week wind-down period where they can only be diminished or closed. After the 8 weeks wind-down period, they will be closed. Deposit addresses will be revoked. Any deposits sent to a revoked address will not be recoverable until the account is fully verified. Wow. So they're going to allow you to send them money, but you can't get that money until you verify, basically forcing you to verify if you want your money. That's kind of like blackmail, if you ask me. Withdrawals will remain enabled at the daily withdrawal limits prior to the deadline. This is bad. I use Poloniex. I have, a decent chunk of money in there. And welcome to Poloniex. They can't really say that anymore, because you're not welcome. If you do not want to prove who you are, you're not welcome. They're saying this is because of anti-money laundering. Really what that means is they want your money. the government wants your money, and they want you to not be successful, and not be, or at least not be as successful as they are. They want to have power over you, and they're trying to maintain this power desperately. So there's lots of people, governments, they all basically just want your money. But you've worked hard for that money. And cryptocurrencies give you the ability to hold on to your money, to not have to give it up. And ultimately, that's why I'm in cryptocurrencies. I agree with freedom, the power to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, the power to be successful and to, you know, take on the system, to be anything you want to be. And the system wants to, you know, keep you from doing that. Cryptocurrencies free us from that system. So if you're in cryptocurrencies, give yourself a pat on the back, because you are what's changing this world and making it a better place to live in. There's always going to be bad people out there, people that want to take advantage of you, but it's what you focus on. And ultimately, if you put certain intention, certain expectations out there to the world, that's how you will see the world. So it's really a good time to be alive, and that's all I have to say. We'll see you guys later, and have a nice day.